The one word that describes Gospel on Tap to me is transformative, because it has changed and informed who I am and everything that I do.
Gospel on Tap started 3 years ago with 7 men meeting in a living room. And we had the courage, the audacity even, to ask the question, could we start an environment, a gathering that utilized ordinary spaces to allow men to engage in gospel conversations? So we started in the fall of 2015 with just those 7 men. And over the course of the next 3 years, over 100 men have joined the conversation at Gospel on Tap.
In one word, I would describe Gospel on Tap as ecumenical. People from all faiths.
I think Gospel on Tap is authentic, and the word that kind of drives authentic is you won't have authentic unless if you're vulnerable. Because of the way Gospel on Tap's designed, each week you dive deeper and deeper, and your table leader tends to set the tone of how deep you're gonna go. And as soon as you hear that first person go deep, it kind of opens the floodgates for everyone else to go deep.
Gospel on Tap is about faith. My faith in Jesus, my faith in other men, my faith in my friends.
Gospel on Tap for me fills the niche that is engaging culture without any sort of thing that we have that we can give. It's basically coming to a table, a communal table, and saying, hey, I've got issues, I've got problems, I've got struggles, and so do the other 5 guys at this table.
Well, it's my therapy. I mean, it's like me going to to a therapist. In that, having a good beer and hanging out with guys, there's something very romantic about that and nostalgic, and it kind of takes away a lot of those burdens of everyday life.
Filtering my life's experiences with 4 or 5 guys around the table and talking about the gospel in that context and filtering those life experiences through the gospel is just a transformative thing.
Gospel on Tap is an opportunity for men to feel comfortable to talk about life and faith and the intersection of them both. And we have seen tremendous stories come out of these men, because we believe when we expose them to the gospel, the Spirit can do the transforming work in their lives.
Early on in our marriage, me and my wife had a miscarriage, and when we miscarried, I saw it as my responsibility to really take care of my wife and love her through that and support her. But I started to realize through talking with some guys at my Gospel on Tap table that is a common thing that a lot of guys do, is they don't deal with their issues, and talking about it with some other people really gave me the ability to start moving past it.
Accountability is this term that a lot of time is thrown around in church, but the real accountability is something where it really is where integrity takes roots. And so it is very easy for me to see people at church and then to ask me how I'm doing, or see people at work and ask me how I'm doing. But when I'm gathered around a table with 5 or 6 other guys having a beer, and we talk about our lives and we share about our lives, everyone at that table is interested in my story, and I'm interested in all of their stories. And what that produces is a genuine, honest desire to hold each other accountable for the good of the gospel.
Through Gospel on Tap, the friends that I'm going there with, I feel like I'm getting that kind of, and the 3 of us have talked about it, kind of getting that little boy best friend kind of situation again, to where we've got somebody that we can confide in, and it builds that relationship.
It helps you to continue to be intentional about who you are as a man, as a husband, and to be joyful in your life as opposed to letting things weigh you down. There's just so much that's been done for us through the gospel that it's made me a much better man.
I've been married for 8 years. I ran a business for 5. I never dealt with myself. I never dealt with this. This gave me an opportunity where I'm being healthy, not just spiritually, but emotionally. Because as men, we're supposed to be this big, strong guy, and it's giving me an opportunity where I can be vulnerable, spending time with others in a way that really truly changes lives, and I feel like my life has been changed by it.
My mom recently passed, and because of going to Gospel on Tap, I was able to help my mother through a very, very, very rugged time. She did not want to die. She was 88 years old. My mother passed in January, and it helped me get through my grief and how I was able to ease her way back home to Jesus, so that I couldn't have done that without Gospel on Tap. No chance.
Gospel on Tap has had a tremendous influence and impact on the lives of men all through Greenville. And if you're interested in joining the conversation, you can find us at gospelontap.com or on Facebook at Gospel on Tap.